A foundation of balance, the Constitution and federal departments. The United States Constitution. This document is the bedrock of our nation. It is the supreme law of the land, providing the framework for our government and safeguarding our freedoms. It lays out a system of governance that has stood the test of time. This system is designed to ensure that power is not concentrated in any single entity. This system is called federalism. Federalism divides powers between different levels of government. It separates the authority of the federal government from the states. This balance is crucial. It protects individual liberties. It prevents tyranny. By distributing power, it ensures that no single branch or level of government becomes too powerful. The Constitution carefully outlines the roles of federal departments. Each department has specific responsibilities and functions, ensuring that the government operates smoothly and efficiently. These departments carry out the essential functions of government. They implement laws, provide services, and ensure the welfare of the public. The 10th Amendment is vital. It reserves powers not given to the federal government to the states and the people. This amendment reinforces the principle of federalism. It ensures that states retain significant authority and autonomy. This balance of power is essential for a functioning democracy. This ensures a balance of power. It allows for a diversity of policies and approaches, reflecting the varied needs and preferences of different states. It prevents the federal government from becoming too powerful. By limiting federal authority, it protects the rights and freedoms of individuals. The Constitution is a living document. It has the ability to adapt and change over time through amendments and judicial interpretation. It has evolved over time. Despite these changes, its core principles remain constant. These principles include the rule of law, the separation of powers, and the protection of individual rights. But its core principles remain constant. The Constitution continues to guide our nation, ensuring justice, liberty, and democracy for all. The first pillars, early federal departments and their essential roles. The first federal departments were born out of necessity. As the United States emerged from the Revolutionary War, the new nation faced numerous challenges that required organized and effective governance. They addressed the critical needs of a young nation. From managing international relations to handling domestic affairs, these departments laid the groundwork for a stable and functioning government. The Department of State handles foreign relations. Established in 1789, it was one of the first executive departments created. Its role was, and still is, to represent the United States on the global stage, negotiating treaties and fostering diplomatic relationships. It represents the United States on the world stage. Through its efforts, the Department of State has been instrumental in shaping international policies and maintaining peace. The Treasury Department manages the nation's finances. Also established in 1789, it was tasked with creating a stable economic foundation for the country. This included managing federal revenue, producing currency, and overseeing public debt. It collects taxes and pays the government's bills. The Treasury ensures that the government has the necessary funds to operate and provide services to its citizens. The Department of War, later renamed the Department of Defense, provides for the nation's defense. Created in 1789, its primary mission was to protect the country from external threats and ensure national security. It protects our borders and interests at home and abroad. Over time, its responsibilities expanded to include overseeing the armed forces and coordinating military operations. The Department of Justice enforces the law. Established in 1870, it was created to ensure that federal laws were upheld and that justice was administered fairly. It ensures that justice is served. The Department of Justice plays a crucial role in maintaining law and order, prosecuting federal crimes, and protecting the rights of citizens. These departments were more than just administrative bodies. They were essential in establishing the authority and functionality of the federal government. They were the pillars of federal authority. Through their efforts, the early federal departments helped shape the United States into a strong and resilient nation, capable of addressing both domestic and international challenges. The necessary and proper clause, a catalyst for expansion and debate. The Constitution is a framework, a living document that has guided the United States since its inception. It is not a rigid set of rules, but rather a flexible guide that allows for adaptation and growth. The necessary and proper clause, found in Article 1, Section 8, reflects this flexibility. This clause, often referred to as the elastic clause, grants Congress the authority to pass all laws deemed necessary and proper for executing its enumerated powers. This clause grants Congress the power to make laws, ensuring that the legislative body can address issues that the Founding Fathers could not have foreseen. These laws must be necessary and proper, meaning they must be essential and appropriate for carrying out the government's duties. They must help Congress carry out its enumerated powers, such as regulating commerce, collecting taxes, and maintaining a military. This clause has been a source of debate throughout American history. It has sparked discussions about the extent of federal power and the balance between state and national authority. Some argue that it allows for a broad interpretation of federal power, enabling the government to take actions that are not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution. Others believe it should be interpreted narrowly, limiting the federal government's reach and preserving states' rights. Regardless of these differing viewpoints, the necessary and proper clause has played a significant role in the expansion of federal departments and agencies. It has provided the legal foundation for the creation of institutions like the Federal Reserve, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Department of Homeland Security. It has allowed the federal government to adapt to changing times, addressing new challenges and opportunities as they arise. This adaptability has been crucial in maintaining the nation's stability and progress. The Department of Education, a turning point in federal authority. The creation of the Department of Education in 1979 marked a turning point. It signaled a shift in the relationship between the federal government and education. Education was traditionally seen as a state and local issue. The creation of a federal department was controversial. Proponents argued that it was necessary to address national education goals. Opponents argued that it was an overreach of federal power. The debate over the Department of Education continues today. It highlights the ongoing tension between federal and state authority. Navigating modernity challenges facing federal departments today. Federal departments face unprecedented challenges in the 21st century. Globalization, technological advancements, and evolving societal needs have created new complexities. Bureaucracy has become a growing concern. Federal departments have grown large and complex, which can lead to inefficiency and a lack of accountability. Technological advancements have also created new challenges. The internet and social media have led to an explosion of information. This can make it difficult for federal departments to keep up. They must find ways to manage this information effectively. They must also ensure that their actions are transparent. The transparency imperative holding federal departments accountable. Transparency is essential for accountable governance. Citizens have a right to know what their government is doing. Federal departments must operate in the open. They must be accountable to the people they serve. This means providing clear and accurate information about their activities. It also means being open to scrutiny and criticism. Transparency helps to build trust. It helps to ensure that federal departments are serving the public interest. When departments operate in secrecy, it breeds distrust and suspicion. Citizen participation, a cornerstone of effective governance. Citizen participation is vital for a healthy democracy. It ensures that government is responsive to the needs of the people. Federal departments should encourage citizen engagement. They should provide opportunities for public input. This can be done through town hall meetings, public hearings, and online forums. Citizen participation helps to ensure that decisions are made with the public's best interests in mind. It also helps to hold federal departments accountable. When citizens are engaged, they are more likely to hold their government responsible. Finding the balance state sovereignty and federal responsibilities. The balance of power between the federal government and the states is an ongoing debate. The 10th Amendment reserves certain powers to the states. However, the necessary and proper clause has allowed the federal government to expand its reach. Finding the right balance is crucial. The federal government must be able to address national issues, but it should not infringe on the rights of states. States are closer to the people they serve. They are often better equipped to address local concerns. Respecting the balance of power is essential for preserving our federalist system. A call to action. Engaging in the future of federalism. The future of federalism depends on an engaged citizenry. Citizens must be informed about the roles and responsibilities of federal departments. They must hold their elected officials accountable for their actions. This requires active participation in the political process. Citizens can make a difference. They can contact their elected officials, they can attend town hall meetings, they can vote in elections. By engaging in the political process, citizens can help to shape the future of federalism. They can ensure that it continues to serve the needs of the nation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the evolution and future of federalism. Your interest and engagement are vital to keeping this conversation alive. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us create more content like this. By staying informed and involved, you're contributing to a more informed and engaged society. Together, we can shape a future where federalism continues to serve the needs of our nation. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.